Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Champagne Chat. I am Priestess LaMeel. Welcome to my little Priestess Palace. And although it is Champagne Chat, today I'm not feeling that great, so instead of champagne, I will be sipping on this amazing alkalized water. So get whatever it is that you like to sip on. This month's chat may actually be more than one. It is, September. 4 of my kids have started school in 3 different schools, and I have my 2 grandbabies. And today, while I record, my daughter is being induced, having baby number 3. So, who knows how it's gonna go. Needless to say, if you are new here, I just want to say welcome. We're so glad to have you. Don't forget to watch, last month, which was our launch month episode. And here in the Champagne Chat, it is all about what we can do to level up our lives, and not just the physical surroundings, but mental, spiritual. Why? Because the truth is, that's ultimately how we level up our lives, is through our mentality, right? Our thought process. That's what really levels us up. And when we change what we're thinking, then we change what we're doing. Ultimately, our belief system changes, and then we have something better. So, I also have like a knee issue here. We're doing all the fabulous stuff today. So I had like this whole plan, and this is why it might be too. I wanted to make sure that you guys had your training, and it was really, really on my heart heavy as we start off the fall, right? Was to go back to the basics. And I know we've only had one training so far, but here's the deal. Moving forward, our trainings are going to cover something you can do mentally, physically, and spiritually. 3 different things that you can do to help elevate your life over the next 30 days, right? Meaning you'll see results in the next 30 days, but, hopefully it's something you continue to do after that. So, but the biggest thing I want to talk about is your mentality, right? It is a mentality of abundance is what I really want you guys to be focused on, is an abundance mentality. It's a leveling up mentality. It is having more, and ultimately it is living in the overflow, right? And so we'll probably, I'm looking at some of my new amazing support staff. So I think on the 15th, we're going to give you a second champagne chat. Yay! For this month only. But today, it was really on me to talk to you about the energy of, can we zoom out a little bit? I mean, you guys are going to see my little borders here of the beautiful flower palettes, but I don't know, I'm feeling weird. Okay, so and the link to this water I will put in the chat. I buy it by the case from Amazon. It's delivered through Amazon. It has a lot of amazing minerals, and it's spring water. If you guys follow me other places, you know how important water is to me, and how, a lot of our ailments, physical ailments, stem from dehydration, and how, the body uses water. Like, that's a whole other training. Maybe I'll do something new on update on YouTube. But you got to have water. You have to have hydration for proper manifestation, right? And we are trying to manifest a new level of life, a new level of abundance, and you cannot do that from a place of dehydration and really, really fucked up mental mentality. So I want to talk to you mostly about living in the overflow. My first episode on the Manifesting Guru, which you can find on IGTV, on the LaMeel page, right? We're merging pages so that there will only be a LaMeel page by October 1st. There'll only be LaMeel. It's all I am, Priestess LaMeel. So, and that's probably, it's going to say LaMeel, Priestess LaMeel. I don't even know. Somebody else is working on it at this point, but we're merging. I'm not going to separate and all that crap. There's one of me. You get one representation across the board. If you have a business and you want to know more about why and how I'm doing that, Boss Bitch Business School is actually going to open up October 1st. You can join, if you go to my offers page, you can join and be grandfathered in at 50% off. It's going to be $98 a month, and I think you can get it now for $48 a month if you join now. So anyway, you can go check that page out, and if you need help finding the code and such, then use the button on the site to get some help, and they'll give you the code, and you can get started with your soul-based business and live from your divine femme energy and manifest the business of your dreams. And that's what that program is all about. But today is just about living in the overflow, and living in the overflow is way more a mentality, an energy, an attitude that will change your life. Okay, if you feel like if you always are exuding the energy of I am in the overflow, then you will be in the overflow, right? In the overflow of business, in the overflow of money, in the overflow of love, in the overflow of absolutely everything. You're going to experience that. But we experience the leveling up, right, into the overflow from our mental, right, from our thought process. You've got to get in the energy of the overflow. You've got to know, you've got to feel it. How do you feel it? How do you start believing it? How do you make living in the overflow your new belief system? Because ultimately that is what is going to level your life up. That is where the change is going to happen. That is how the change is going to happen, is that you change your belief. You get behind it. You know that you're in overflow, and you believe it so much to where you become an energetic match for it. And as soon as you're an energetic match for it, it is part of your reality. See, when I put my hands up and stuff, I feel like they're so close to the camera. So we're working this out, because a lot of times I film by myself. So I'm moving away from doing a lot of things and getting help, and they're learning how I like things, how the priestess does it. So how do you do that? It is a practice, and really what I want you to do this month is to have a beautiful, beautiful morning and evening practice of being in the overflow. I want you to say it, and I want you to write it, and I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in your phone, okay, and talk to yourself and journal about what are you in the overflow of, and start with things that you really feel you're in the overflow of. Now, you may go like, I don't have any fucking overflow, but I can tell you that at one point in my life, like, I didn't have any money, but I always had plenty of food. And people, because I had so many kids, would be like, oh, look, here's some food. Or like the lady like that lived behind me, she used to go to a food pantry, and then she would bring all of the food. I had so much food, like my garage was filled with food, and like we didn't eat this stuff. And so I started putting it on a site called Free Cycle for my community, and other people who were in need would come to our house during the day, especially over the summer, to get food, because I was in the overflow. Right? I was living in the overflow of food, and then I started living in the overflow of furniture. Like, I had, every time I thought about a piece of furniture, it would come to me in some way, shape, or form. And I love to like paint and redo and rebirth beautiful furniture, right? So we were crowded. We were in the overflow of furniture. We were in the overflow of food. I was in the overflow of friendship. I was in the overflow. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, there were things that I was in the overflow of, even though in the moment I wasn't in the overflow of money. Had I stayed in the energy and the thought process, the overflow of money would have come too, because I was feeling abundant. It doesn't really matter what you're feeling abundant about, as long as you have feelings of abundance. And then when your feelings of abundance, you're able to hold it for like 16 seconds at a time, on up to 68 seconds, you have started your manifestation, right? 68 seconds starts your manifestation. I mean, you could do it in 8-second increments if you want, but 68 seconds starts your manifestation. If you can hold the pure positive thought of, I live in the overflow, for 68 seconds, and you can do that twice a day, excuse me, by the 15th, your life will shift. And so one of the ways to get into the energy, and maybe you don't want to be in the energy of overflow, maybe that feels weird to you, maybe you just want to, like, I always have gas money, or always have love, want your body to be worshipped, want to be adored, want people to love you, want to be in the overflow of laughter, you need more joy in your life, right? Whatever your next level thing is, focus on that. I just want to be in the overflow of abundance. So, like right now, I've got an overflow of land. I'm in the overflow of food. I'm in the overflow of love. Like, oh, am I in the overflow of love? I am in the overflow of respect. I am in the overflow of appreciation. I'm in the overflow. So it's a rant, right? I am in the overflow of, and you finish the sentence. I am in the overflow of, I'm in the overflow of, I'm in the overflow of. And if you're not in the overflow of it, say it so that you can get into the overflow of it. I'm in the overflow of money. I'm in the overflow of clients. I am in the overflow of people on my waiting list. I'm in the overflow of followers. I am in the overflow of contracts. I am in the overflow of participants. I am in the overflow of sellouts. I am like, just keep it going. Keep it going. Do that when you wake up. Do that when you go to bed. That's it. That's all there is to it. And you do that for at least 68 seconds. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to start my timer. And let's just see how it feels, how it goes. So again, like I said, so 68. Now 8 seconds. Those are minutes. Okay. So you want to get into the overflow, right? And if you're saying it and you're saying it, if you have seen my video on gratitude, I think I referenced that last month, go watch it, but you can set your alarm with this practice, right? AM, noon, PM. Get into the overflow for at least 68 seconds, 3 times a day. And then I want to hear about how your fucking life has changed, how fucking good it feels, no matter what. And do it even when you don't feel so great, right? Even when that's when you really get into doing the practice, when you don't feel so great, right? it's easy to do it when shit is popping and little shit is stopping. Like, that's not the thing, right? It's not hard. But do it when you feel blocked. Do it when you're not sure. Do it when you don't know where it's coming from. Just know I'm in the overflow. Trust that you're in the overflow. This is mindset work, right? This is the abundance mindset work. This is how you level up in everything, right? Because this year, by December, you're going to have some huge transformations. Why? Because this right here today is the foundation of how we're going to change your money and abundant mindset so that you are available for the fucking other opportunities, the opportunities of a better house, opportunities of, you know, a new, better relationship, or your current relationship improving, a better body, better health, better food. I mean, I know that there's some of you out there who like don't really eat fresh fruits and vegetables, more so because you don't have the fucking money, you know, and people are talking about, oh, go raw, and oh, eat this, and, you know, there was a time I couldn't shop at Whole Foods. You know, now I'm like, hey, I live an Amazon fucking lifestyle. Like, I buy my tampons from Amazon. Oh, out of tampons. Alexa, order the tampons, right? Like, I remember when I was like, it would be so amazing to get packages in the mail every day. And so I was open to that. And so then I became a product reviewer by accident, because I did buy a lot of stuff and I would review it, and then people would send me stuff and then they would give me free stuff to review, blah, blah, blah. And so I started getting shit tons of packages, and that was great, but they weren't necessarily everything that I wanted, right? So then I was like, it would be great if I could order something. I could order what I wanted, like every day or every other day, and packages could come to my house every day. That would just be so fucking tits with tassels. Tits with tassels is a saying that my girlfriend and I have. When shit's like good, it's tits. When shit's like really fucking good, it's like tits with those tassels swinging. Like, shit doesn't get much better than that. So for me, getting packages every day is like, fuck yeah, it's tits with tassels all the way. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, there's packages coming every day. Fuck you know. I had some tassels on my tits. Like, it was amazing, right? And now it's just my lifestyle. My daughter, and honestly, not necessarily every day, maybe every other day, maybe. And sometimes they're not for me. Sometimes they're for the kids or whatever. But shit comes to the house almost every day. Sometimes it's in the mailbox, and sometimes UPS delivers it instead of like Amazon or something like that, right? But shit comes every single fucking day, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Sometimes it's just food, you know, like I don't want to go to the grocery store. I have some anxiety issues in being in large public places, and I won't say it's anxiety. That is a complete and utter lie. I have an energy issue, right? Because I am an empath, so I can feel all the fucking energy, and I don't like it, especially at discount stores. So I don't shop in the malls, and I don't. I have been to discount stores. I will occasionally go into Walmart when absolutely necessary. But if I can get it online or I can get it at a boutique, that's where I go. Since Corona, it's been mostly 100% online. And then the occasional, like, Walmart. Since my daughter's been in the hospital, been doing a lot more of that. But, like, the diapers and stuff for my grandkids that I watch, all that's coming through Amazon or Walmart delivers it. I do a Walmart pickup, right? Things like that. But that was a life that I wanted. And then one day I was ordering from Amazon. And then I was getting packages, and I was going physically to Whole Foods and to Mom's, it's called My Organic Market, right? Mom's. And so I would physically go there because I enjoyed being in that energy, in that environment. I don't really care for Whole Foods too much, you know, and I was I'm still not over the fact that they bought out so many of the amazing smaller real health food stores. But I go in there to see how I can do replacements, and then once I find them, then I just order them through Amazon. But we were leaving, and I was watching somebody pull up the way that I pull up to Walmart, okay? And they probably had like, I don't know, 100 bags. No ma'am, don't touch. They probably had like 100 bags. They had like 2 full carts. The people pulled into the spot, just like I do at Walmart, and they were loading their car like you do for a Walmart pickup, but it was from Whole Foods. And I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna start doing a Whole Foods pickup, right? But because I have such a big family and whatever, I typically don't buy all my groceries from Whole Foods. It would just make my bill well over the $1,000 a month it already is for food. So, but that was the experience. No ma'am, no ma'am. That was the experience that I wanted to have. So, so I just got into the overflow of it. I didn't know how. I just got into the fucking overflow of it. And lo and behold, things worked out. Things went well. Opportunities happened. And during the coronavirus, she was driving up to Whole Foods. Even though all the kids were home and nobody was working but mom. And we were eating very well, and it was an amazing experience. But I got into the overflow. That's what I wanted. That's what I visualized I am in. And just opening all of those Whole Food bags and go back upstairs. Opening all of those Whole Food bags and putting all of my Whole Food groceries away and all of that kind of stuff. I really got into feeling that and feeling really blessed behind it and being an overflow of it and all of that amazing kick-ass stuff. And then it happened for me. Okay, so thinking about it, seeing it, visualizing it. There's a hair in my face I can't really get rid of. Is what created it. So right now what we're going to do is just create a mindset and an energy expansion into overflow. And we do that by feeling the overflow, feeling into the overflow, feeling the overflow in the cells of our bodies and in our emotions. Okay? So, when you're talking it and you're saying it and you're speaking it, meanwhile, did I actually set the alarm? Not yet. And you're speaking it and you're going through it, right? You want to feel it. You want to feel it in your body, because we get what we feel about what we're thinking about and what we're saying. We don't get what we're saying. We get how we feel about what we're saying. Like my hair is doing like its own dance or something. Okay. So you get what you get what we're saying. We get what we're feeling about what we're saying. All right. So I'm going to start this clock and I'm going to do a rant and I want you to repeat it after me. I want you to repeat what I'm saying after me and get into feeling it, right? And then I'll review what I want you to do as homework for the next 2 weeks, because I am going to come back because I do have some really kick-ass shit for you, on the spiritual, mental, and physical level for leveling your life the fuck up and doing something better and being in better places. But you've got to be open to the opportunities, because the opportunities are there every day. Even the shit that we think is going wrong is simply an opportunity for your next level, for something better, right? So in order for you to access it, you've got to come from a place of overflow and knowing that everything that is happening for you, and it feels so fucking delicious, and you love this feeling and this expansion and this growth and this newness, and that this means opportunity, and you're excited, and where is the opportunity so you can jump on it kind of shit. And then boom, when you align with it, it happens. It could take an hour, it could take a day, it could take a month, it could take 6 months or a year. You know, somebody else just manifested $1 million because they visualized it and then felt the emotions of it every single day for 6 months. I don't have all the details yet, but the point is she did that shit, right? So let's start. Take a deep breath. And I am in the overflow. I am in the overflow of love. I am in the overflow of life. I am in the overflow of abundance. I'm in the overflow of money. I'm in the overflow of food. I'm in the overflow of fresh air. I am in the overflow of joy. I am in the overflow of learning. I'm in the overflow of expanding. I am in the overflow of giving love. I am in the overflow of receiving love. I am in the overflow of opportunities. I am in the overflow of health. I am in the overflow of space. I'm in the overflow of time. I am living in the overflow of everything I have ever wanted. I am living in the overflow of my desires. I am living in the overflow of service. I'm living in the overflow of receiving. I am living in the overflow of having it all. I'm living in the overflow of having more than enough. And you see the alarm has gone off, right? But in that 1 minute, stop. Cancel. Okay. But like, okay. Oh. And now they're going to be like, she doesn't even work her phone well. Okay, so I'm in the overflow, right? But the more I did it, the more I started to say it. So your assignment here is to write out, the main assignment is to get into the feeling of overflow, of whatever the overflow is for you. And I want you to write it out. I want you to journal. I am in the overflow. That is your affirmation for this whole month. I live in the overflow. I live in the overflow. I live in overflow. I live in the overflow. I live in overflow. I live in overflow. My life is nothing but overflow. I am in the overflow of money, of cars, of houses, of food, of joy, of company, of friends, of family, of love, right? You're just in the overflow. I am in the overflow. I am in the overflow. I am in the overflow. 52 times a day, I am in the overflow. Say it. Write it 52 times a day for 5 days. I am in the overflow of money. I am in the overflow of money. I'm in the overflow of money. And then create your own rant. I am in the overflow of joy. I'm in the overflow of business. I'm in the overflow of love. I'm in the overflow of health. I'm in the overflow of joy and money and happiness and sun and rain and flowers and, you know, honey and bees and butterflies. Like, you could be, it doesn't matter. Your ultimate goal is the money. But to get to the money, you gotta be aligned with feeling good, and you have to get high on the vibrational scale. And so, excuse me. And so as a result of that, you can feel good about anything. You don't have to feel good about money. You can be trying to manifest money, but you feel really good about your relationship and the money shows up. Right? So don't try to rant about an area of abundance or overflow that is not making you feel good. Only talk about the things that feel good, even if it's just the repeating of that same statement over and over, like, I am in the overflow of love for my children. I'm in the overflow of love for my children. And if that's all you can think of that makes you feel really, really good right now, then just say that over and over again. Let that be your rant, you know, for a minute, for 2 minutes, however long you can go. Okay? But say it every day 52 times. Write it every day for 5 days 52 times. Wake up and say your rant out loud. Say your rant at noon. Say your rant before you go to bed. and then let me know how it goes for you, because it's gonna change your life. It just is. It's gonna change your life. It's gonna elevate you, and so many opportunities are gonna come in, and we did it. This is the end of our champagne chat for today, but I am gonna give you the bonus on some other material. This topic was really, really on me to share here in this lounge today. I'm going to share a rant. If you're not sure about the rant, check back throughout the week on LaMeel, at LaMeel on Instagram. And I'm going to be doing Manifesting Guru TV on IGTV. And so you will be able to hear